Good day, everyone. Welcome to the show. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is having a fantastical day. Hello from the Pacific Northwest. What's happening? Good afternoon.
All right.
All right, let me change the color here because I'm feeling like that looks like a yeah. What do you think? That color? That looks good. Banners. Let's change this to the too big. All right, I like. Let's do a block. All right, we'll do block this evening. So what is up, everyone? And there's an echo. Mute your audio.
It's mute.
No. Hold on.
That's mute. See, it was mute. Maybe yours? No.
Yeah, mine. There should be.
Click my my microphone right there in the corner.
It's muted. Okay. Can you guys hear an echo? Let us know if you can hear an echo right now.
Still an echo? Hello? 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 Hello?
No echo. Okay, cool. All right.
Clean now. Okay, perfect.
Right.
No echo.
Good. Sorry. We're just getting ready. Some pictures. Yeah, put it to the wire. Needed to get something to eat. So, welcome to the show. Hope everyone is ready.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this real quick because I know we have a guest coming, and I want to just. The first portion of the show is brought to you by the fine folks at Audio Control. That's right. Head over to audiocontrol.com right now and check out the new preloaded enclosures that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Both in both series, so we have shallow and deep. So space and I always forget what's the other one?
Spike and space.
Thank you. I don't know why I can't remember spike, but
okay.
Spike and space. So you have shallow wedge style boxes and big deep ported boxes.
Yeah.
Either way, they all sound good. They're beautiful looking. But yeah, definitely head over to Audio Control and check them out.
That's
what is
right.
crack-a-lackin'?
Lance, how you doing, my friend? Car gift.
Oh, go back up. There was a right there. Hold on.
I'm at 6 years or what?
No. Where did it go?
Gotta go down.
I know. This is the easier way to do it, so I'll just.
Hello from Vegas. What's going on? El Fuego.
All right. Where did it go? I gotta find it. Read that.
I'm channeling.
Yep.
6 years of 5-star car stereo videos in my new build. Thanks, guys, for all the lessons. No, thank you for keep watching the show, man. We appreciate you, every single one of you.
Oh, for sure. Question on LC2i Pro. Do I have to connect all 4 speaker inputs at LC2i, or can I just use the left side one channel since I will be tapping to a factory sub only? Yes, so you want to make sure you use channel 1 only.
Yep.
Keep in mind, though, that only channel 1 output will be functioning. So it'll just pass through channel 1. Now, what I personally like to do is wire off my connections from 1 into 1 and 2 and occupy all 4. That way, when I plug in the RCAs, it's just, to me, it makes me feel better to sleep at night. But channel 1 is going to give you your GTO sense. So if you don't connect to channel 1, then it's not going to work if you're trying to generate a remote turn on. Right, Fernando?
That is correct. I just found out this week.
Yeah. I was like, that's not going to work. So I like to wire them off. It just looks aesthetically pleasing in my brain.
Yeah, when you told me that this is what I do, I'm like, that makes sense,
Sometimes it's crazy.
Not really, but anyway.
Yeah. I know. Anyways, there you go. So just wanted to get that. Sounds like somebody. Yeah.
I'm so sorry, man. Yeah, that one.
This one?
That one, yes. I didn't like you guys going. Totally get it. We try,
It was one of those things, like, as always, Fernando likes to tell me and remind me, I always have high ambitions of what we're going to do while we're gone, and then it just goes sideways really fast.
This is what I just find out that we can promise things that we cannot deliver. So
I always try. I always like, we'll do this. And really, the only thing that killed the.
I think you went one day.
I did.
Right?
Yeah, the first day.
Yes.
Actually, I think I might have gone 2 days. But either way, what really killed the show floor tour was I forgot the mic cable.
Right.
Because it was in the mic that you didn't charge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Amateurs.
I know, right? It's so sad. But I hope everyone.
Oh, Frank and Patrick is like, hey, where are my shirts?
Already?
Yes.
Oh my God, dude. Do we know what size they need?
Yes, I know
Okay.
that.
All right, well, remind me afterwards. I'm going this weekend.
What's up, Angel? Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, because the decals showed up.
Yeah.
So,
no, for sure.
Our good buddy Ray from FX Car Audio in Canada turned me on to a place that makes iron-ons.
Yeah.
So I ordered a bunch of iron-on stuff this past week. So I'm anxious to try it out because Haley did these with the Cricut and it's a lot of work and she's got like 2 different colors and all that. This company just prints the stuff out and he's been using them for years and he's like, this thing is awesome.
Thank you for watching, buddy.
Guys, thank you. Oh,
yeah,
thank you from Italy. Sorry.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you for watching. What's going on with the Mercedes?
So the Mercedes actually turned out wonderful.
Yep.
We took delivery of that on Wednesday.
I believe so. Yeah.
I think I took it over to him on Wednesday. It loved it. Mounted the Arc Audio Blackbird in the back, which we showed on Instagram. Dude, it feels like honestly we only did like 4 cars this week because they were big cars. But that feels like months ago now. Like, it doesn't even feel like we did that this week. But thank you for your help on that one.
Yes.
But no, he loved it. As soon as we kicked it on, it was great, man. He's just like, oh, wow. Because
I mean, you can hear the difference right away.
And those Focals front stage just like,
yep,
just blasted it. And he was like, man, I know. It was fantastic. So it was a fun little install. And yeah.
All right. So
give it to him. 22 F-150 non-amplified, adding LC5 1300 high-level input. Do you recommend putting the front and rear speakers into channels 3 and 4, or in order to sum from that channel to the sub channel? So here's the work. First off, make sure you get the LGD greens from Audio Control. So you're going to need those right away before you do it. You're going to need the LGD greens. PAC does make a T-harness for that car, so there's no reason why you have to cut anything if you haven't got that already. PAC has the T-harness to go into the newer style radios and the older style radios, so those all exist. Secondly, what I like to do is feed front into 1 and 2, rear into 3 and 4, and then, which is nice if you have the PAC harness because it's already done for you. You can just run all the wires. But what I will do is I will come out of 1 and 2 and go into 5. There's 2 inputs for it, which is great. The reason why I like to do that is you can do all this in programming, meaning you can just have 1 and 2 feed 5, which is what you're going to, a lot of people do. The one thing I've found is I like to have input level control adjustment because the output level control and the audio control is always set all the way up. So the only thing you really have control of is input level control. So what ends up happening is if you, let's say you wanted to turn up the subs, you want to turn up the front, and so you have to do all this level control here. But if it's already zeroed out and you're like, I want more, so now I have to turn up that one gain, go back in and turn down that gain. If I just wire up my inputs all on their own, I can just use the input mixer to do all my level controls. If that didn't make any sense, trust me, when you get in there, you'll understand right away when you're like, oh yeah. But that's how I like to handle the 5 channels, just because of the way their gain structures. And that's only on the audio control. Other amplifiers have different controls.
Mm-hmm. El Fuego, thank you for the 5, man. Going for a full kicker KS speaker in Q15. Nice. Wow. Install in my 2014. I'm guessing it's a 2014 runner.
Or 2014.
Yeah, either
runner.
Yeah.
6 years of Smash Force production knowledge. I can't wait, Alfredo. I'm sure you're gonna do an amazing job.
Thank you for the 5, man.
What was the one above that say?
This one?
Yeah. 2022 Honda Accord Hybrid. I want to upgrade speakers and add single sub. Any recommendations? Sub in back or under the seat? Sub in back for sure. It's 2022 Accord, so we'll have the ANC module in it that will need to be disconnected. It's either above the glove box. It may have moved. That one should be above the glove box, a little silver box above the glove box. If it's not an amplified premium audio system, you can buy the T-harness from PAC, so it'll plug right in. It will need there again, if you're going to be disconnecting, if you're just replacing speakers and adding the subs, you won't need LGDs, but they do make a T-harness so that you can add just a subwoofer, which is a much cleaner way to do it than just tapping off the rear speakers. But I understand if you want to do it that way. It's up to you. And nothing wrong with it.
Talking about subwoofers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What would you say you subwoofer low pass filters?
For more bass. Well, it's not going to matter what the crossover is, because more than likely you're going to set it at 80 hertz anyways. If
you need more bass, what do you need?
You need more power. Now, this is the problem that we have with high level subwoofer applications, and one of the reasons that I think Audison with their new DSP sub amplifier, which don't get me wrong, Kicker did this in their Q class amplifiers 9-10 years ago, but they don't make them anymore. Kind of a bummer. Now we need this technology in an amplifier, but what you end up needing in a sub amp now is some form of a DSP. That's where like a key lock on a subwoofer output, if you don't have a DSP, makes a lot of sense, because like what we're seeing when we're testing these signals with our IRTA2 and looking at the electrical RTA response is these things just go, if this is 20,000 where your tweeter is, it's just like woo doo doo doo, and right at about 63 it goes woof and disappears. The bass is gone, and you're like, what the frick? How am I going to make this? And you're not. So what you end up having to do is get a bigger amplifier, and hopefully it has a bass boost of some kind, and you're going to bleed that signal back. What's up, Oscar? Bleed that signal back in there.
Appreciate it.
And it kind of sucks. So if we DSP'd it, so if we put a key lock in there, the key lock will go in and try to fix all of that and bring up all of that stuff via DSP, so that now when we plug in our sub amp, we get more bass. Now, in a perfect world, if you're like, I want more bass, and you have an aftermarket radio with a preamp section, it's going in an amplifier and it's not loud enough, it's not the crossover. It's everything else. Crossover is fixed. It doesn't really matter. It's
not raw.
It's what you have. So
yeah.
80 hertz, 12 dB.
And more power.
Hello from Rockville.
And more power. More power to you, man.
More power to it's all about the power.
All right.
All right. Take the next one. I have to do this real quick.
Right, hang on. Where are they?
I don't know.
You gotta take the call?
No, I gotta make a call.
Oh. What's going on? Hey guys, I love the videos and your work. Thank you. I have a 2008 Ford Fusion. I'm following the 3 videos you did for the simple audio build. Kicker speakers, Pioneer amplifier, and receiver. I'm getting a stock on which receiver to pick.
Oh.
Don't really need XM, so yeah, cool.
Who does?
That's no problem. What love
CarPlay
to get with CarPlay, overwhelmed with receiver choice. Crutchfield was a good budget range. What receiver do you recommend? Does brand matter?
Brand does matter. 100% brand does matter. All right. So first off, I'm going to start with my philosophy with buying a radio. Mm-hmm. Okay. And some of you guys are going to say, and other guys are going to be like,
I think it's the same thing.
So most receivers around the $450 to $500 range, it's going to get you a really nice receiver. Okay. That's going to have all the features that you're looking for. Now, when you go up $200, that takes you to the best receiver more than likely that they make. So for example, if you look like a 9 series Kenwood, that's the best radio Kenwood makes. it's about that price range, somewhere between $700 and $800. At $700 and $800, you get all your features. You get the best audio pack that they make. You get wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. So my question is always the same. How important is the radio? The radio is the most important thing. That's where all the sound comes from. So settling on a cheaper radio, what's the point, right? So I always tell people, buy the best radio that makes sense for you, which is usually the best radio, whatever that manufacturer makes. Now, that being said, it's like, hey, it's an older car. I do this. I don't need that. Okay, fine, which is cool. Sony makes a 4000 series radio right now, and value and performance, awesome. It's sounds great. It's easy to use. Has all the features people are looking for. It's at a good price point. It's a solid deck. I would strongly recommend buying that. Now, everyone knows I'm a big Kenwood fan. The problem I have with the Kenwood, which would be a 7 series Kenwood, is it has all the same features that the Sony has. It's just when it comes to mounting the radio, it's got a really thin front screen, and it looks kind of crappy in some of the dash kits that are in set. And a Ford typically has an inset dash kit. And so you end up with this radio that's like way far in the dash, and it doesn't look so good. Sony, on the other hand, doesn't do that. Sony uses conventional wisdom. Their radio is about a ½ inch out from the back mount. So when you put it in a normal kit, it looks fabulous.
Yeah.
Now, when you buy into the higher end Kenwoods, like the 9 series, then it has the deeper face and it looks beautiful in the dash. So really, I guess the two recommendations would be, if you're trying to get performance, price point, and like, yeah, I get what you're saying, Dean, but I don't want to go there, then look at the Sony 4000. Otherwise, spend the money, get into the 9 series Exelon. Other than that, that's kind of it.
Okay.
I've used the most sophisticated ARC and Helix DSP software and found them to be actually easier to use than the simpler audio control software. Do you feel the same? So that's an interesting point that you bring up. So one of the things so when we started carrying a brand, Helix, the guy that was our call guy at the time would come into the store and he'd be like, hey man, what kind of questions do you have? What do you need me to help you with? Blah, 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 blah. And I'd be like, hey, slow it down, Spice Boy. The problem is that I don't know what to ask you. And the reason why is because, for one, I really don't have any experience with your product yet. I had some, but not a lot. And two, I don't know what I don't know. And he just kind of looked at me funny and he was like, whoa, what do you mean? So with the audio control software, it is very basic software. And if it's your first time digging into it, it has a very easy to use menu system. And you just, I can touch this and I can touch that and it'll do this and I can slide that. And it does stuff. When you're talking about like the ARC Audio and the Helix software, which have some similar characteristics, which actually is funny because Ad and I were talking about that last night. And he's like, no. And he goes, yeah, okay, you're kind of right. You find out that there's all of these things that it does that you're like, wow, okay. And it's all right there. And it's like, I don't have to page through stuff. And, I need this. It's right here. I want to change that. It's right there. And it's like, it's a bigger palette. So it's like going from the little 64 Crayola crayons all the way up to the big.
The 24?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, the 124 or the 240 pack where it's like 4 rows of color and you're just looking and going, this is so beautiful. I don't even want to use them. So, yeah.
It's the same thing.
It doesn't do the same thing. So, no. The problem is now once you peeled back the layers of all of this functionality that you have access to, and Moscone would fall into this as well as Audison, just for you guys out there to like, hey, no, those 4 DSP softwares are very advanced DSP softwares that do so many things. And once you've had access to that and you've played with it and you've like, it has this feature and the ease is there, going back to something like an audio control that is a medium level software now with the new version of it, because it's had all pass filters and stuff like that, but it still doesn't have all the things that those bigger DSPs have. It's frustrating sometimes because you're like, oh man, like, why isn't I can't do that. And so it can be very frustrating. Just grouping channels together and making adjustments that you can do in all of those DSPs. You can't do it in audio control or anyone else is below them. It seems like this magical feature that the more inexpensive DSPs haven't been able to figure out. And once you've had and what I mean by that is if you EQ left and then you EQ right, and then you sum the two together, I mean, you turn them both on and you listen to it, or you look at an RTA, and it's like all of a sudden this frequency just comes out of nowhere. Like it was mildly high on this one, it was mildly high on that one, but then when you bring them together, that mildly high just went whoop, and you're like, oh crap. On an audio control, you have to go back and adjust left, you have to go back and adjust right, you have to ping, and that's not just audio control. It's all of them, with the exception of those four. Some of them, maybe not. I mean, there's obviously going to be DSPs out there that I haven't played with, but most of them, you can't link channels together in a non-destructive way. Now you can link the channels, but not in a non-destructive way. So if I adjust left and I adjust right on most DSPs, if I go, I want to combine them together and make adjustments, it says pick left or pick right. On the other DSPs, the Arc, the Helix, the Audison, the Moscone, it goes, yeah, whatever. And so if one frequency is like this on it and the same frequency on the other one is like that, it doesn't care. It carries it over. Now, what it does is something that's very smart, is it allows you to gain up. And if this one hits the top or this one hits the bottom, you can't go any further. So it knows to go, you can't just, like when this hits the floor and then you keep doing this. It knows like that's it. You can go down that far and you're done. Or you can go up this high and you can't go any higher. So grouping channels together and then doing bulk adjustments. Another thing too, one of the really cool features in the Arc Audio software is center point. And center point, when you get which I got to use in the Mercedes, and I was so excited about it because I've been dying to use this feature. You do your tape measure, you get all your stuff right, and it's measurement's fine, but the center, your image in the center is off a tad, not like off. It's just like it's here instead of here. So usually that's a volume problem, meaning one of the channels is louder. So center point allows you to do positive, negative adjustments at the same time. So for example, if you just say, oh, I'm going to reduce this side, well, you need to boost that side. So if you go, instead of pulling this 4, you pull this 2 and you push that 2. Center point does that automatically. So you just pick the channel you want to work with, and it moves both channels up and down to allow you to move the center channel. And it is the coolest shit ever. Oh my gosh. Dude, I was in the car. I was just giggling. I was like, this is so cool. And it's a simple feature that, like, you think, why wouldn't everybody have that? Well, they don't. So it just makes things really neat. And like on a Moscone and on all of them, you can pick, let's say I want to adjust the whole left side, and I want to adjust the milliseconds for the whole left side. Like the whole side, when you go through and they're all off, like you can go boom. Dean, do you know yet if the two of you are going to Bryan's SQ Bash? I don't know, because I don't even know if he's going to be there for it. So we'll have to see, but we'd like to. We're going to go out there at some point. We will be at Bryan's at some point. And if we do, maybe we'll have a big Bryan day. So, hey, it's Ricardo. Hey guys, is Kicker Key 200.4 a suitable option to set up 4 coaxials, 2 front, 2 rear? Yeah, of course. Yeah. It'll totally rock, man. Mm-hmm. It's amazing how much power these little amplifiers have. Yeah. I'm looking to upgrade, dude, that 12-channel amplifier. Like, I don't even know how they're doing it. Mm-hmm. I'm looking to upgrade my 2024 Honda Pilot Touring with the Bose 12-speaker system. I want to keep the OEM head unit. What harness do you use on the amp? I don't want to cut the OEM plugs. There isn't one. I can tell you right now, there isn't anything for a 2024 that's not going to lie. There's nothing. You're going to need a big DSP. You're going to need something with 12 channels of input. So that's going to put you into like an Audison or Audison or a Helix. Mm-hmm. So because those have the big multi-channel amplifiers like that. I would do Audison personally because you can bridge channels and maybe do a 14-channel or go with companion amplifiers and get a lot more out of it. What you're probably going to end up doing, the smart move would be, because there is no anything for that, is buy some connectors go to the harness, move the harness back, and input your own plug somewhere down the road from the existing plug. So you're not going to cut the harness and just solder stuff together. Cut the harness and put a new harness in there that you can create your own. That's something we do a lot of the times. When harnesses just don't exist, we create our own harness. That way, when we want to take it out, it's just simply, plug it back together and no one's the wiser. So, 2020 F350 non-BO head unit, blam, relax, full baked potato sound treatment, ready for amps, Alpine Optimate or key times 2-channel amp for rear. Well, Alpine DEQ the factory head unit. DEQ on Alpine is a mystery. So actually, if it's a 2020, I'm pretty sure all you're going to need, 2020 might be new harness.
It's F350.
I know, F350 might be using the old harness.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. That is an interesting question that, let's go to... So iData allows you to take a AR and reprogram the radio so that you can actually turn it into a 5-volt radio, no EQ, which is really cool. So in that case, you wouldn't need to worry about doing any de-equalization or anything like that, because it'll just give you, it was a 2020?
Yeah.
It'll take care of it all for you. It's a fantastic thing. You don't need to use DSR1 or anything like that. Okay, so let's see. No. It's 2020, so add or replace amplifier. Nope, can't do it. That sucks. So it must be the new harness. Which is weird because it'll do an MFT1. So you'd think it would do that. That is so strange. You can add a new radio to it, but why would you want to?
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't list the That's odd. I might call iData on that one and see if they have any other information. They may not have tested it yet to know if it'll do it. The other thing you could do too, if you don't want to go that crazy, if you're one of those guys that's a 4scan user, you can possibly, because essentially what iData is doing is the same thing that 4scan was doing. They're just taking the laptop out of the equation. They're going and redoing everything. So they've done the work to figure out all these cool things that they can do on the radio. And when it reflashes the radio, it takes care of all that for you. So you might be able to do it all through 4scan if you want to pick up the software to reflash your truck. There are harnesses available for your truck from PAC. But if you can reflash the radio, then you don't have to worry about de-equalization. The other thing, too, is if you are super worried about de-equalization, because I don't think the Alpine has de-equalization built into it because their wording really doesn't make any sense, you can also throw a kicker key directly in front of it on channels 1 and 2, and it'll fix 90% of the issues you're going to have, and the 10% would be the rear speakers that nobody cares about. So you can just use a kicker key, problem solved. The Sage and the boys over at Sounds Good Stereo, that's how they sell their packages. Yeah. That's how they upgrade their packages. They just send you a kicker key lock that has already done all the work for you. So that's something to consider as well. Focal. Do I need to say more? Focal de Chao.
Focal de Chao.
Hey, Focal is upgrading their new Kevlars to the ES165 KW3Es.
Yeah.
Has the new Evo is what it's called. It has a new tweeter. Has new mid-range. It's pretty awesome.
Look at that.
As there are some tools. Are those your Focals? So sad. Anyways.
All right.
So
I recently installed
Yep.
a subwoofer on my 2021 M3. I use the factory sub line for inputs on my LC2i Pro. But when I turn on the exhaust sound, it sends the feedback to the aftermarket subwoofer.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. I recently installed my 2021 M3. Yeah, so here's the thing. When you turn on the exhaust sound, it is going to play through the subwoofer.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to then now play through
Fake engine noise.
Yeah, fake engine noise. It's not going to play through your new subwoofers. It has become a big pain in the ass, is the easiest way to say it, for all installers. This week we ran into it on a Mustang we had come in. A convertible Mustang of all things had fake engine noise. Why do we need that? We don't. It doesn't make any sense. We don't need noise canceling in a convertible. It's ridiculous. And we had to work our way around it. There was 3
Mhm.
microphones in the car. And there's also, you have to get the signal from a different spot because they have both noise canceling and fake noise and a partridge and a pear tree. So yeah, it's one of those things where if you want that feature, you can't add subs.
You cannot turn it on if you have subs.
Yeah. So you got to use MasterTech and turn that stuff off. And that's the way to do it too. Like MasterTech is the best.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, picked up a Halo 9 from my son at a bargain price for my 2016 F-150. What's the latest, greatest way to integrate into my vehicle? I have the 8-inch non-amplified system connected to a D5 1300. Thanks. What you want is the iData MFT1 kit.
2016
F-150. Yeah. So it's either going to be it's either going to be MFT1 or the FOR1 or something like that. No, I think it's an FO. Anyways, iData makes a great dash kit for that. It's super affordable because all they're doing is you're taking out your screen, you're mounting your screen behind it. You'll still be able to have you can still put the big screen in front of it the way Alpine would have you do, but you get to keep all your controls from the factory dash and do all that other fun stuff.
The factory control volume works the same way.
Yeah, hold on. Let me make sure it's 2016 F-150.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you replace the amplifier in that one. Dash kits.
For sure.
So it's got the 8-inch. Yeah. So that's an MFT1 kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's this kit right here, MFT1, which we've done a bunch of. So it's super cool, man. You get to pre-program your buttons to do whatever you want. I love it. Okay.
2023 Honda Odyssey. With the rear entertainment system, I want to add second screen for the third row. What tools or techniques will I need to grab signal from a middle row to extend the new monitors?
Okay, so here's the problem.
Yeah.
The first thing you have to do is find out what they're using to talk from the DVD player to the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
No, can I get?
No. Okay, so we have to find out what is talking, meaning what is it composite video or is it RGB? All right, if it's RGB, you're shit out of luck because that's red, green, blue, and there's really no way to do that. If it's an HDMI of some kind, there again, you're out of luck. There's nothing you can do. So if it's coax, meaning it's just 2-wire, then you can. But the problem is getting to those 2 wires. So if it's an all-in-one unit that has the DVD and the screen, you're out of luck there again because there is nothing between the two for you to get into and attach. If it's one that has a DVD player up front and feeds into the rear, then you're okay. You might be able to drop the rear one down, and if you're going to need a test screen so that you can go in and try to figure out, and a voltmeter, because you have to figure out what is signal and what isn't. So it is not going to be fun. You're going to need some micro pins to test things. But yeah, unless you can find someone that can get you a schematic for the vehicle, in which case that would make things a lot easier.
Yeah, it's going to be,
That's not going to be fun.
No, not at all.
No.
You know, and you got to be careful to not burn the
break the unit.
Existence.
If it were me, I would just attach an iPad and go, here you go. Put your headphones on and leave me alone.
Yeah.
But unless you're trying to do some like party thing, in which case I totally understand.
Party bus?
Party bus.
Yeah. Oh, look
my
at
gosh.
that.
It's Phil Cantu.
It's the installer of the year guy.
What's up, Phil?
That guy right there.
That guy?
Yeah.
That guy, yeah. Yeah, I remember. I was there.
You were there?
I think I was there. I was in the back row.
No, I was there, and then as soon as they announced
I was gone.
then because now I was waiting for
Oh,
us. So.
yes, he was.
Where are you?
Hey, that was great food, though.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Now look, I ran the whole restaurant.
Yeah. No, we didn't.
But
we
in
just
the video,
closed the
looks
restaurant.
like.
Yeah. What was that? What steak did you have? The Gordon Ramsay? The one where they wrap it in dough. So, you know what's funny? I said it last night because I was playing with Haley, And so you guys know it's a steak that you bake in a dough and you put it up and you eat it. And
dude, in the picture looks so big.
Yeah,
so big.
One of you guys will know what it is and tell us.
All right, what is the name?
Yeah, guys. No, you guys don't know anything. Beef Wellington. Boom. Yeah,
perfect.
Right there. So
perfect.
Anyways, we sit down. We all know I don't eat red meat, and I said to Fernando, I said, "Hey, you need to get this right here," and he goes,
"Arby's."
Arby's. I go
thinking of Panera's.
Well, see, because he never listens to me. And I said, you need to get this steak right here. And he goes, no. I said, just trust me, get this steak right here. And I think Jim was getting it too.
Yeah, Jim.
And Jim's like, yeah, man, this is what you want. And I said, okay. So he gets this thing and he makes love to his plate for the next 30 minutes.
Oh, dude,
I mean,
that was amazing.
You got to understand, I've watched this guy like pick out a steak for an hour and like put half it away. And he's like, I'm full. Dude, he's like, this is so good. And I'm like, I'm just looking, I'm like, bro, like you, because I try not to sit next to him for that reason. He's just like, oh, you know, I don't
leave me alone, bro.
But oh my God, dude. And he's like, the au jus and it was fantastic.
Oh, it was fantastic.
All right, I know you guys still have questions and we're going to go through and we're going to find those. But as I promised, we're going to take a little time out here. We have our good friend. Let me get rid of the beef Wellington. It'll make you hungry. Our good friend, Bryan Schmitt from MasterTech Expo, also Mobile Solutions. There is a Mobile Solutions training coming up, by the way.
Yes.
Maybe we'll tell you about that a little later.
You can learn.
But Fernando last night painstakingly put together a slideshow of pictures, and we're going to kind of go through them.
300 pictures, so we're going to go quick.
So we got you could use 10 of them. And all right, let me just
go for it.
Let's just bring them. Whoa. All right. Whose microphone is that?
How we doing, bud?
We're doing good.
Good.
Why can we hear yours? No, we need that. Hold on. Let me figure this out. It was working.
You guys having fun today?
Oh yeah. Can you hear the echo on yours?
A little bit, yes.
Can you turn outline down just a little? Okay. Echo. Here we go.
Okay. Hello.
I think we're good.
All
right. Can you hear us now?
Yep. We're good.
Okay. We're good. Yep. Found it.
Awesome.
All right. So how's it going, man?
Really good. Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna bring this up.
That's it.
Look at that.
Nice.
So have you recovered yet?
I slept for 3 days, so that was nice.
Lucky you.
So
Lucky
jealous.
you. Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, it was good, and I'm recovered. And what did you guys think?
Hold on. I had a great time. I mean, obviously when we do these, we're super busy, and we, they're. I just noticed I'm in the back right there. At that point, I had my Rockford swag bag, and so I was giving out Rockford stuff.
Nice.
And
you were like the Publix ladies that they are in there just hanging stuff away.
The food trays?
Yes, just like that.
Wow,
like,
so
come on over here. I'm going to
demoted
give you this. I'm going to give you that.
Okay, yeah. I mean, dude, our sponsors this year were fantastic.
Yes.
Holy crap. I mean, dude, the amps were amazing.
Yep.
That idea was solid. Like, holy cow. And Zach, like, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm like, yeah. Like,
well, I'm going to go and quick change it to the pictures because, we have a lot. So keep talking.
So, I mean, even JBL, like that's the cornhole. I did find out during this that stereo guys don't know how to play cornhole.
No.
Like they cannot play cornhole. I was like, okay, if you can get it on the board, I will give you the Bluetooth speaker. I'm like, oh my gosh, it was crazy. Oh, there's our. Did you get a chance to meet Patrick and Frank from Gladen?
I did. Yeah, super cool. I saw them actually teaching too, right? In one of the classes.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, Orca had their big training. So that's Rich's daughter, our RVD. So his daughter, I got her to. I'm trying to get her out of her shell. So I brought her up on stage on Wednesday, and then I also made her answer a
MECP questions, and she did it right. Yeah.
So we got to give away 3 MECP certifications, and we also, some of the questions we asked while out there were MECP questions. So we had I had them put together a list of 50 questions, and so to win stuff, I'd be like, okay, MECP question, if you get it right, so that was a lot of fun.
So that was all the product our sponsor, Metra, Tsunami, and T-Spec provide us for the Clean Water Challenge.
That's a lot of product. That's legit. I mean, those guys burned through a bunch of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, and they were so excited to be there.
Yeah.
So that's Mitch, Stereo Steve's.
Yeah.
Did you get any time to get out there and see him? I mean,
he did.
You were just as busy as we were, so
I did see it.
Look at your face. You were way busier than we were.
No, I saw for sure. I was bouncing around, but I definitely saw what was going on. And man,
I saw you walking around and see the guys and everything. So
yeah. So okay, so let me ask you this: now that you've had time to sit back, relax, how did you like the show?
I love the show. It was definitely more calm for me and more of a well-oiled machine. I was able to just make sure things were working but man, I love the energy. And the people there were so just into it, like enthusiastic, and everybody was engaged. It's a hard thing to describe if you're not there about the energy. Wouldn't you guys agree? Oh
my God, dude. Yes. Like, oh, there he is engraving the empires. I felt this show like I don't know, man. Every night I go to bed at way too late, and every morning I'd wake up way too early. And it was just like a roller coaster of just amazing. Like it was one of those things where you turn left. I was like, people always ask me about going places to take pictures. And I go, yeah, it's the place where it doesn't matter. You can literally fall on the ground and pick up the camera and take an amazing shot. The energy at this event and just the knowledge and just the amount of just fun people was like, you could play pinball through the whole place and have a pleasant experience at every turn. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Frank doing some math.
You guys got some good pictures. Nice.
It's all him.
That class, that was very interesting because he explained the difference between an AB, class AB amplifier from the factory. So that was awesome. That was Patrick right there too, explaining all that
stuff. Just giving him side eye.
Yeah. That class also, that was amazing. The guys.
Which one? Oh, was this the sewing? Or was it?
This is Apex. Yeah, they did 4 stations, and each one you would spend like 15, 20 minutes, and they would talk about a certain technique, and then you would rotate to the next station. So really cool.
Dude, I didn't have time, but I kept seeing all these guys disappearing outside to the back corner. And I'm like, what is going on in the back corner over there?
Yeah.
So finally, I had like 10 minutes, and I just kind of toured the outside, and I walk into the back corner, and the whole metal fab section in the back corner, I was like, holy crap, that was insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like SB. I'm sorry. Yeah, Mike is right. I say AB.
Like, dude, the level of training that you guys put together this year was like, there was going to be no question. No question. We had the best guys out there making sure you got the best information, period.
100%.
That was the coolest car. And there again, Larry at MSC won it for best booth. This booth was like, that was crazy what they came up with, man.
Did you see what they did with the TVs? That was awesome.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it narrates you through on listen to the left, listen to the right, and walks you through, and then it plays some tracks. So it's a visual plus audio. I don't think I've ever seen that before, especially at a trade show. It was incredible.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, there's the Gladiator. Yay. That's 4 days of SEMA. I still wake up in a cold sweat. Oh.
Yeah.
The Canadians. Oh, we had the Canadians as force out there this year. That was great.
For me, I see everybody is having fun. It was fun. It was a great show. Everybody enjoyed it. So,
yeah, because Auto Mob brought out 20 dealers?
27.
27 dealers.
Wow.
What? Yeah, with the reps, yeah, a lot. The Canadian presence was strong. The force was strong with us. With them.
Yes, and they were easy to find. They all had on red shirts.
Yeah, embroidered MasterTech Auto Mob shirts.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I love those guys. But yeah, so here's some pictures of the build off. There again, we sit back and we look at the other 2 years and we look at this year. And this year, of course, was just the craziness that came out of the build off. I'm almost scared of next year.
Yeah.
Well,
I will tell you that we had some pretty good meetings this past few days, and next year is shaping up to be crazy, bigger and better. Yeah, it is going to be awesome. So I'm really excited, and you guys are a part of that. How we're always changing, it's always different and unique, and there's always going to just be this new element of surprise for everybody. So hang tight.
Yeah, I mean, and we're only 11 months away.
I mean, let's start planning now.
Oh no, trust. Yeah. I mean, next month. Next month, we gotta sit down and start going over all the notes that we have.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's I mean, this was just an incredible event. I know next year we're gonna go 2 weeks later.
Yeah, we have dates set. I think it's the 20th to the 23rd of March.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys saw Ray, who's the only other person in the 12-foot industry that wears the toe shoes that I have. Yeah. So
that's notable.
I think he wears them now just to be like me.
Probably.
Dude, did you get a chance to hear this car?
I didn't. That's the one I did. I wanted to, and I just did not get a chance. There was always a line.
Yeah, because it had Atmos in it. It was crazy weird.
So that was 7.1.
There's Ray. Yep. Yep. We look just like each other.
22 speakers.
Wow.
Dude, it was nuts. Like he played Rocket Man, and Atmos mixed for Rocket Man has the rocket shooting through the high channel. So when you're sitting in the car, it goes, "I'm a rocket man," and it just goes. And you're like, awesome. It's weird.
I just want to see. I got that picture because Angel was running, to get wire from the build off, because for the project, and I was like, dude, this is amazing. It's like battling. That was awesome.
Yeah, they were trying to make their part motorized. He was like, I need a lifeline of wire now.
I know guys outside that they have a few wires over there. So, yeah.
So, for those of you that don't know, that is Car Audio Fab Mark. And yes, he is that tall. Because those two guys are giants too. There's not a normal sized person in that picture, but Mark is a giant.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, there they are.
There's Michelle and my daughter Courtney.
Dude, I was so happy when she finally said on Wednesday, "We'll see you guys next year." Yeah, because she was threatened the whole time.
Yeah, we did get permission.
So this was another thing we were doing. We were doing challenges. How well do you know your friend? In this case, it was how well do you know your father and son? So this is a father and son team here. And so I was asking questions of the son and asking questions of the father to see who could get the most points to win the Bluetooth speaker.
Nice.
So, sadly, the dad knew everything. The son didn't know. So he didn't get the Bluetooth speaker.
Oh, man.
And all the talent, man, that was amazing.
That guy don't know nothing.
And the guy in the back, is the bodyguard.
Oh, yeah. Pioneer guy. Yeah.
I think that's Hazim. Yeah, he's cool. Yeah, there's Chris Yotto.
Yeah.
Chris Yotto.
I did get some time. It was nice. I did get some time to spend with Yotto, which was funny. Before we left, I listened to his podcast, and the first vehicle he worked on in Alpine was these ugly Dodge Rams. And in a former life, I had to drive one of those around Miami for a while. And I go, dude, we got to talk. I said, I drove one of your trucks forever. And he was like, no kidding. So it was pretty cool.
All right, so that picture, can you explain us a little bit, Bryan, what was going on in there?
So this was just completely organic, and these two love to draw, Tom Miller and Justin Cush. And to give this a context, this is in the middle of all the seating for the build-off. So there's probably a few hundred people around these guys staring at them, and the guy, our camera system from the big 32-foot high definition screen zoomed in on these guys, and everybody just forgot about everything else in the show and focused on Tom and Justin doing a what they called a sketch off, and they're both on their iPads with Procreate, seeing who can draw in a limited time frame, and that was pretty cool. I think this element is here to stay. Wouldn't you guys agree? Because everybody was going nuts.
Yes,
That would be cool.
Yes,
I mean, anyone with an iPad and Procreate could compete.
Yeah.
I like Mike says, next year, lower stage during the first night's awards, less wipeouts on the stage. Well,
Yeah,
leave it to the young kids going to hop up on the stage and fall on his face.
Yeah, I did mention use the stairs. It's a better strategy. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Young kid says it all. He'll bounce back.
Yeah.
Oh, there's looking open. Dude, I when they first opened that, I was standing in front of it, and I was like, all right, I need a moment. I need a moment just to stare at this thing.
yeah.
It was crazy.
Yep. It was. They definitely had a vision on that one. I loved it. So but all of them were amazing. Like the blue team right here with TJ, Tyler. I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah. So here's
all of them. They did a great job.
Yeah.
So
there's the Amprax.
that was the Amrax for the
Sage's Amprax.
yeah.
So,
And again, all of them are solid. That JBL one is super clean, but they're all really badass. I mean, it's just so much effort.
I kind of feel bummed sometimes because I get to, although I also feel honored that I get to spend all that time outside and work with those guys and work with the good vendors that we have. And it's just it's so much fun to watch these guys do the competitions, whether you be inside or out. I love to see the passion that we get. We had some great competitors this year, and all of them just like showed up and just put on a fantastic show for everybody.
Yeah.
And there's Chip, of course. But yeah, so this was one of the giveaways, combination of MTI, Sony, and the vinyl company.
Apex.
Yep.
Thank you. This is you talking with Mr. Irby.
That was fun.
Isn't that great?
It
Dude,
was cool.
He's the coolest guy ever.
Yeah.
Like,
He answered the questions really well. I was surprised. So he did it. He did amazing.
My first trip there, I had to interview him for this show, and it was like he just loves to talk, man. And he tells them like it's just a great story, and he's just so nice, man. He's like the coolest guy in the industry.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I was so happy that we got him to come out, and
I owe that to you guys for sure.
I was happy he did it, man. I begged him like, please bring Steve.
Yeah.
All right, there's another one of the giveaways. Nalika and Michelle were giving away some of the headphones, some of the Focal headphones.
Yeah,
really cool.
Like $800 headphones. Nice.
There's Rich getting ready to hand off some of his RVD products. We got his daughter back up on the stage. I made her get up there.
That was good.
Oh, this was the moment.
This is the moment.
Okay, so now that we can talk about this a little bit, this was Fred and Chip and all the guys. You got a cool Lifetime Achievement Award for being a teacher in your field, which was fantastic. This was all Chip's idea. When they pitched it to me, they're like, hey, we want to do this. Michelle told us to call you to figure out when. And I'm like, okay. And so now I had to put together the Wednesday timeline. And I'm like, I hope he really doesn't stare at this too hard because I had to fluff in the 20 minutes for that. And I'm like, oh, yeah, the LED thing, that's going to take 30 minutes. And
honestly, I just skimmed it over and like, okay, if Dean's put this together, I don't have to worry. And then I just moved on. But you were up to some mischief there, so that's cool.
Dude, so I'm sitting in the far corner. Michelle is off screen, so you can't see her. And you're over there, and you're doing your face that is just like, what's going on? But I'm just going to smile. And, oh, man, it was so great. That was, dude, that went off so well. I was so, yeah, that was cool. I mean, you got to win the award, but us in the audience, it couldn't have gone to a better, that was so awesome, Chip, to do that.
Yes, thank you guys for that. And I was completely blown away and surprised. So definitely something I'll never forget for the rest of my life. I mean, I'm just looking down like going, holy shit.
Dude, that was so awesome. I mean, yeah, that was an incredible award. And I love that your OG guys got up there and, it was a great moment for all of us, for sure. And just being able to watch it, to me, that's part of the excitement of a MasterTech. Yeah, there's us scheming in the corner.
You guys not paying attention on what's going on?
We're going, okay, so this is what's coming up next.
Yeah.
But no, and that's the thing about, MasterTech is there's all these moments. There's not one moment. There's a ton of moments that just happen throughout the weekend that, anyone that's been there can look back on. And it's like Pierce winning again and holding that trophy and just knowing how he's going to react. And it's all the moments. There's just so many of them. It's incredible. Like, your idea for this show and now the team that works on it, it's like, we don't want you to ever have a moment where you're like, there wasn't something going on. You know?
It is packed from bell to bell. There's a lot of engagement, excitement. And that's the idea, is just like, there's so much going on. It's sensory overload. And I think it's a show like no other. So
yeah,
100%.
Yeah. How did you like? I saw you when you were standing there holding it. You were looking at the gray part where it says build off, because we added the metal fleck acrylic this year. Because I was like, we need to. There again, I think we can do a little better.
You guys crushed the awards were so cool.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, it's fun for us. And I talked to Ada last night. And I said, bro, you picked the best one last night. He goes, hell yeah, ain't no one leaving there with this one, man. That one had my name all over it.
Yeah, he did get the best one. They're all good, but I would have picked the Ghetto Blaster too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's just our past, right? We all had one. It was so amazing. But yeah.
So this is the red team. That's the winner for the build off of MasterTech 2024. So
and those that don't know, those are like hand engraved by Hank Robinson, and like he literally did those live in the Rockford booth, and you could watch him. The guy is just a phenomenal artist, but that's a real amplifier, and it's like a really, really, really fancy Dremel that he just carves that right out of.
Yeah.
They're so cool, man. I mean, the build off guys were so happy this year. I mean, it was so cool. Oh, and then that was the autographed amplifier we had them do. So we had the build off, you and Mark sign, and then we raffled that off. You entered to win, and we grabbed a winner out of the red team box, and he got to take it home. Yeah. And then the last 5 minutes of the show right here,
Yeah.
So this is the moment then you ask for the next year.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know.
Dude. Yeah. It was funny too, because when you walked off the stage and you handed me the mic and you were like, that's it, let's go. I was just like, wait, it's over? And it was like this sadness. Trust me, I was happy, but there was like this moment of sadness that was like, we've been running and gunning for the last 4 or 5 days, and it's over. And the sadness it was sad. I mean, it hit me. I was happy because I was tired and I was exhausted. My voice was done, but I was sad because it was like, man,
It was a lot. We were running at red line the whole time.
Yeah. But there again, didn't show, and we just had everyone has had an amazing experience.
Yeah, it was fun. And we just do one a year, and I couldn't imagine more than that, but it was it was amazing. Just one and done. So if you missed out, make sure you get next year in, because it will absolutely be incredible.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, thank you. Thank Michelle for allowing us to do this, because it's an amazing amount of work, but the output and the learning, and everyone that is on the other side that we're on puts everything they can into this. I mean, I know we spent a good month and a half prepping for our 2 hours worth of, or our hour and 45-minute class. Plus we had another class that was like an hour and 10 minutes. We put a month and a half worth of training into that. And then you got other guys that are like 3D printing things so far in advance, and just the metal guy. I mean, everyone there. I mean, like, we had to ask the stitching guy to get out of the room so we could teach our class, because he's prepping. We're like, okay, we're going to start our class in like 10 minutes. So we need you to take it outside.
Yeah.
But everyone, that was just, everyone was ready to go, man. And not only that, like we had to move tables, and like we had just a bunch of, and like everyone is just so cool. Like, they're like, hey, let me help. I got 8 guys pick up those things and bring them inside, and we set them up again. And like, it's just the coolest group of people that come to this event.
Well, I don't have pictures. It's from the actually, the kickoff of the MasterTech. I don't have pictures of that. I was just running around, but that was an awesome event. Kickoff. That was great.
Yeah, that was fun. I think it was a huge hit having it in the ballroom at night.
This is better than
yeah. It was fun, and I got to thank you guys. You're a huge part of the show, and I love that we can just sit down and have a meeting, put it all together, and execute. And I mean, a lot of this is you guys, throwing out ideas, and we're like, yeah, let's do that, and then we do it. It's so easy and simple, because we listen to you guys. The 3 of us listen to everybody else, and we just make decisions and make it happen. And I love that there's just not a lot of red tape. If we want to do something, we just do it.
No, and the idea of the Sunday classes this year. I mean, I remember when we sat there, in your office with Gary, and we're like, why don't we do Sunday classes? And the next thing you know, it's like, I got 6 Sunday classes that we're gonna do, and here's how we're gonna do it, and here's the one you're gonna do, and it's like, okay, yeah, let's rock and roll, man. It was fantastic.
I didn't think that. Originally the idea was, if you're flying in, you can just grab a class, and it's kind of a casual thing. It might not be a lot of people, just because everybody's filtering in.
Right.
I opened up the door to your guys' class, and there's a sea of people, hundreds of people, and I'm like, I guess this is a little bit more than just a casual start. It was full on. Yeah.
But it was nice though, because they're like bonus classes, and who doesn't like bonus stuff? So, and we had a blast teaching it. I mean, and I liked it too, because it was a little bit longer form. So like we had more time. We could really dig into stuff. So like, we expanded our whole training from just talking about clean wire to talking about the whole clean concept through the whole install. And it was like, I had a blast. I was like, I don't know if you guys are having fun, but I'm up here having a party. So, it was cool. And then, all the new lighting and all the new cameras and all the new microphone systems this year. Sure. Like, we had 3 giant screens in our room, and like, so and that's all part of MasterTech Expo now. So, and the venue this year, adding in the hotel side of things went so well, because it was like, we could, you put together a great AV team. I know at nighttime we were coming in and helping as much as we could, but it was super easy to just like move things around and like reshape the area so that we could do vendor trainings, and then we could put it back so we could do the next training the next day. And like, it was like, the smoke and mirrors side of things is on point. And like, there again, you could see how much everyone appreciated, because they'd be like, they come into the classroom like, dude, I was in this classroom earlier today. Now it's totally reimagined. And you're like, yeah, bro. Yeah. And who does that? Nobody does that.
Yeah, no, we changed it up, and there's so many people to thank. Bobby Riley and Rich Clark, Hank outside running, Hank Horta running the outside. I mean, there's just so many people and layers. It's way bigger than just us. So we have a ton of gratitude for everybody that's helped, and all the manufacturers over the top, and then the presenters, like you said. I mean, there's over 40 presenters for the show, and that's incredible. They want to give back, and they're not doing it for any other reason than to just help the industry, give back, and keep our community going, which is really cool.
Yeah. So the other thing is I know at the beginning last year we talked about how like you can come on a fan pass and just have like the outside courtyard, the inside courtyard, and lunch and food and stuff, and go to the vendor trainings if you wanted, and that was a discounted price. We had 40 cars this year, 40 cars. So for all those, because I saw guys with fan passes, and it was like, holy crap, if you can, like, everyone always asks, oh, how do I go see this? How do I see that? Yeah. Dude, there was 40 vendor cars there. Bryan Mitchell had a 45-minute wait for people to get through either his truck or his car. Yeah. You had Brad on the outside running the truck. You had Bryan on the inside, and it wasn't a 45-minute demo. It was the standard, 5 or 6 minute demo. It was just taking 45 minutes, and there was just a line, and it was like, and of course, Sage in the car that won, the Sounds Good Stereo, Gladen car, like that was like people in like Herman's car with the Atmos, and Larry with like the Sound Evolution. Did you see the Sound Evolution truck in the back corner over by Larry's tent?
Yeah.
Holy, like
that thing was awesome.
Oh
he posted some pictures online too. Yeah, it was killer.
Yeah, I was there again, fortunate enough to go over there, and he gave me a private tour because it was between stuff, and I was like, Jesus Christ, like you guys, like this is a benchmark car, and it was just there for everyone to sit here and listen. And then Andy with Bob, Gary and Andy had Bob there to talk about.
Oh yeah, a whole nother layer of high fidelity. Had a whole room set up with some.
Luckily for us, we taught our class, because I talked to Andy. Said, "Dude, I really want to see this." And Andy's like, "Listen, after your class tomorrow, just run over, and we'll do a private screening for you guys." And it was for me. And he told him the same thing. So I'm like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "I'm going to Andy's." I was like, "I'm going to Andy's." So the two, we both show up not knowing that we were both going to the same thing. So we were able to sit tandem and get the oh my God, that was one of the most impressive demos I've ever heard in my life, because there again, there's the sound engineer telling you, here's what I did. And you're just sitting there going, what?
That was amazing.
It was insane.
Yeah.
So it's easy enough to say, and I know this might sound to some people like we're just blowing smoke and sunshine up people's butts here, but
well, if you don't believe me, you have to go next year to experience all these high classes.
Just go so you could say that I was wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, and anyone can come. You don't have to be a dealer. You can just be passionate about what you do. Just we'd love to have you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was fantastic. We'll let everybody go at that. Bryan, thank you for finding some time to come on and relive this amazing event with us. Thank you again for allowing us to be part of it.
Yep.
We have a blast. I look forward to getting ready for next month. But yeah, exactly. Let's
Next.
But no, it is great. You got anything you want to leave with? Okay, you know what? You got a class coming up here. When is
April?
the next?
April 20th, and it's going to be on A-pillars, and we call it upfront fab. So it's going to be a lot of really cool stuff with mesh and A-pillar design, CAD work. We're going to we have 4 laser machines, so everybody gets to actually laser cut something. You're going to take home an A-pillar. I think it's an F-150 we've decided on, and we have different attachments that you built that you can show in your store of all kinds of different designs, 3D stuff. So it's going to be really cool. Yeah,
Nice.
never,
Of course,
never done it. Never done it before this class. So
I mean, it's shocking.
Yeah.
No,
Where can they find this information about this class?
oh, just go to the website mobilesolutions-usa.com. Super easy.
and of
Yep.
course we'll be out there shortly too with the Orca. So for all the Orca Folding Muscal Gladen dealers that qualified for the program, if they haven't yet, there's still time. So if you're listening, there's still time for you guys to get in.
Oh
that
yeah,
event.
that
And
will
then
be
I
awesome.
don't know if I've told you, but actually, Nalika wants me to bring Haley out to run through the class. So she's watching all the old videos of the classes, going, all right, well, where's Bryan? Show me how to use the router. Oh, there he is. And I was like, don't worry, you'll be fine. It's like he is the best trainer for this that you could ever ask for. So. That's going to be fun. I can't wait to have her build the project. And, just because, I mean, almost every class we've been to with Orca, there's been a girl there and she kicks the guy's ass every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
I said, I want you to know that statistically, you're going to have to do better than all the guys there because they have in the past. And she's just like, just leave me alone.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fun. So I look forward to that. And I just personally want to thank you guys for everything. Fantastic job. I mean, you guys are the best. And, we love you. My wife loves you. So we're looking forward to more stuff this year and next year. So it's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. Thank you, Bryan, for coming on and spending some time with us today. We're going to let you go. We'll see you soon.
Okay, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. And I want to thank you guys for sticking with the show. I know we wanted to get some more questions. We are a little past. Thank you guys for sticking around with us. Real quick, yes, it was Andy Waymeyer who put it together. You're welcome. Thank you for watching. We keep saying that, but he kind of likes to keep it tight and close and make everyone feel, special. See Mary Lou's question above.
I'm just want to say quick.
Thank you to El Fernandez, who's rocking it as always.
Yes.
You're the best. Come on, boys. Give him a chance. They got bills to pay.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
And then she say, question for Bryan, plans to bring the show to the East Coast.
No. So the one of the things that makes this show so successful and works so well is it's in his backyard.
Yeah.
So
it's easy.
They can bring all the equipment that they need from the Mobile Solutions facility, truck it over to this place, which is just down the road. So it makes things a lot easier.
Yeah.
In order to do it on the East Coast, logistically, it would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
We get there, and the venue is actually super cool with us because we get in like almost 48 hours before the show starts, and they're perfectly cool with that to let us start setting up, get the AV guys in there, start getting the early guys set.
And I think the venue, the hotels, they already know. Kind of like they know us, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah, it's this guy, it's no problem. So I mean, and I say the whole entire industry. So it's great.
And Mike says it's the best. Boston cream. The guys that were there get that joke. The hardest part of the show is choosing which class you have to miss.
100%. I agree. But this is the reason why you pick this year once, go to the next year and pick another one.
Yeah, and one of the really cool things this year was we had a lot of sales training. Like we had an amazing group of sales guys that came in and did a lot of that. I think
Gary did a wonderful job doing all these classes.
Putting the classes together. It was fabulous.
And
I know we're blowing, I know some of you guys are like, whatever. And, talk about car stereo questions. And I apologize. Like I said, I wanted to get some more questions. And I know you guys would let us talk all night if we wanted to, but we're not going to. So for all you guys that we didn't get to your questions tonight, I want to apologize. Don't worry. The nice thing is we'll be back Monday.
Yeah,
and we will answer all your questions then. So that if we missed it tonight, please just hold it over for Monday.
Yeah,
we'll dig deep into that. I want to thank our sponsors for coming on the show: Audio Control, Focal, and of course Mosconi.
No. Why?
Oh, there it is.
Stop.
Guys. There it is. This is Fernando's 430. He's so sad.
I'm gonna take it and sleep with him.
We should make a piece of acrylic that goes right here that just says Fernando's 430 on it.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I'm just. It's gonna go back in at some point.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, now we have. Well, yeah, but now we have the two. What is it? The 210 AAB.
Oh, it's gonna be
Get one of those that are apparently available right now. Who knows? So if you want the high end section of the 430, the channels 1 and 2 section, you can buy that in an amp all by itself. So you want to experience the AAB section of it, you can do that now. It is the 210 AAB. If you're interested, give Paul a call. He can ship one out to you. They are available right now. Christian, our good friend Christian, down south, he put 4 of them in a 4Runner the other day. I was like, oh,
very nice.
Very cool. So that's all we got for you today. Thank you guys so much for letting us to go a little long. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Play it safe. Mom's birthday is tomorrow on St. Patrick's Day, which reminds me, St. Patrick's Day is tomorrow. So please be safe so that we can see you back here on Monday.
Be green, people.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.